let's jump into it. I'm going to get started even though we are just gearing up. So I'm going to put the thumbnail on. I hope y'all are doing well. Welcome to the channel. This is Nola. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got here. So today we have a few people we want to talk about, but I have more people that's presented on the thumbnail. So we're going to talk about a few people today. All right, here are your folks that we're going to talk about. So we have Trump. Today was a big day. Some of the Epstein emails were released today, so we'll talk a little bit about that. Tory Lanez, a big decision came his way today from the appeals court. We've been waiting. Actually, I was just saying I'm waiting on, like, this should be coming soon. Like, I was literally just saying this to my sister. Like, we should be hearing something about Tory Lanez, and lo and behold, very, very, 2 days later, the decision came through for Tory Lanez in terms of his case with the state regarding the shooting of, I don't want to say that, but the incident with Meg the Stallion. So we're going to talk about that. Diddy allegedly was caught in jail with some alcohol. His team is saying that is not true. There's obviously somebody leaking things in that jail, even the other jail, because they seem to know a lot about what he's doing. He needs to just sit his behind down and do his time before he ends up like Blueface, where his time is extended because he's into nonsense and having contraband. So we can talk about that as well. Again, welcome to the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. We're just getting started. It's been a few days, but I just really felt like there was nothing really to talk about. And I feel like this is like a build-up. This is like a build-up to just a build-up. So let's jump into it. Welcome. Again, hit the like button. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the like button. All right, so let's get into it, my friends, my family members. We are officially live. Okay, let me turn this down because, the last time I had the volume up and it was giving that echo. If you feel that the reading is slow, if you feel that that there's an issue, like, please let me know. Like, put in the actual chat, it's slow, it's doing something. Let me know that there's an issue. Please don't just let me keep going. I can keep going, but I just hate when the videos are, hey Teal, I just talked to you yesterday. Lanez, you have a reading coming up soon. I'm excited to talk to you too. So thank you so much for booking. All right, so let's jump into it, my guys. We have new jewelry, new beads on the Buddhas. This is actually really beautiful. And I don't know if you can see it up close, but let me take this off. This is the turquoise one. But if you see it, I actually put on it. I got this one from a spiritual store, but I got this little piece of jewelry at the bottom. You see that? So I made the beads, and then I got this from like an actual spiritual store. And isn't that super cute? Right? So this is why you're seeing the changes in the beads with the beads, because I'm making them myself. Isn't that pretty? Now I didn't make this, obviously, this bottom part, but yeah, let's look at that. Look how cute that is, guys. I mean, super cute. And so you'll see my Buddhas, my male Buddha and my female Buddha, they'll have different colors on because I'm making them. I want to show y'all real quick before we get started. Hold on. I literally have a box that I've been making, and this is specifically it's a personal stash, but if you look at it, look how, like, it's significant. Like, it's significant. So many beads, just so many beads. And I'll just show you, like, I have these white beads in there. Like, right? Different colors. White, ivory. I have some brown ones. You know, I'm not going to take them all out. Of course. And I put them in colors. So, like, this is the green. So, I have different ones. So, you'll see the Buddhas. Literally, you'll see the Buddhas in different colors all the time. You have the black, you know. So, this whole box is filled with beads that I made for the channel, for my Buddhas, for me. And even like the one I have on, this is actually the same bead, right? But I just, instead of making a one that was just identical, I just put that one in the middle and then made that black. So just to give it a little different color. But yeah, I technically, you know, this is just my little stash, y'all. This is what my little hobby, making beads on the side. Not selling them. They're for me. You love one? You love the white ones? Yeah, they're pretty. I don't have to do like a whole video on all of them. It's so many of them. The box is getting so overfilled. But yeah, so you'll see different beads on the Buddhas, because I am making them specifically for them, as well. Like this one is so pretty. Let me try to pull that out. This one is so pretty with that nice charm on the bottom. But yeah, let's jump into it. So let me start off by just saying this. I want to start with Kevin Gates, right? So Kevin Gates is officially breaking his relationship up with Drika, right? And recently, somebody questioned him. He's 39, almost 40 years old. Someone questioned him about dating a 26-year-old woman, right? Young woman. I believe she's in Louisiana, graduating from LSU. Clown behavior. He started talking about ain't no man want no washed up woman. Sir, ain't no woman want no washed up man. You gotta get somebody. Not that I'm saying 26 is bad, but a lot of women, they'll tolerate him because of the money and the fame. But a lot of women, like real women, women don't want you. Real women don't want you. Let's be clear. A woman that's about something, that's got something for herself, that's standing on business, that has a backbone and some self-esteem, they don't want you, sir. Let's be clear. You are trash. You're literally trash. You're a trash person. You're a fake prophet. You're a fake Muslim. You're trash, right? You're literally in a relationship with Drika, having other spiritual marriages with other people. You 2 years ago, he just was in a situation with a transgender. Like, you are a trash person, period. Nobody, let's be clear. Let's be 100% clear. I hate how men try to weaponize a younger woman compared to a woman that's a little bit older because they want to feel better about themselves. I just was listening to Michelle Obama, and Michelle Obama was just talking about how so many people weaponize, so many people, the first thing they want to attack about a woman is their looks. Isn't that so true? The first thing they want to attack a woman about is her beauty and her looks. And that's exactly what that's when you want to hit below the belt, right? That's the first thing a man and other women will attack because they want to hit below the belt. It's so sad because I believe Drika's almost what? She's almost the same age with him. So you basically saying Drika's washed up. Is that a dig towards Drika? Is it not so much for us, but a dig for her too? Like, you want to feel better about yourself? But I was just listening to Michelle Obama, who was just talking about the one thing a man will do, and I'm gonna play it for y'all. Is that a dig towards
people want to control women? The first thing they do,
but a dig for her. Hold on, let me turn this down. Let me get to the part.
People want to control women. The first thing they do is go after our beauty.
Yes, yeah. The way we look.
The way we look. And that's true across the board, across the political aisle. Women feeling like they have to show up in this one Barbie doll kind of image to afford being attacked. This happens to young actresses, young women on social media. It is the habit of the culture of the world to put women in their place by attacking their physical being.
Period. So do you hear that, right? So this is what people do. What they do is they attack your physical being, they attack your beauty, they attack your looks, they attack your age in order to put you in your place. She couldn't have said it any better. That literally was a couple of days before he even said it, or maybe a day later. But I say this all to say, sir, you know what? Every dog has his day, and karma never sleeps, right? And it's just is so disrespectful because you got a mama, you got a daughter, right? You still got Drika, whatever you got going on, and to be attacking, saying mean, nasty, hateful things. I take a position with that, right? I take a position with that. But anyway, just to remember, this is a projection, a thing. And, at the end of the day, is his way to justify messing with somebody younger, dealing with somebody younger. But Michelle Obama literally just said this the other day. The first thing people do to put you in your place, like we say in New Orleans, to humble you, is to attack your physical being, to attack your looks, to attack your beauty. Even other women do it to other women, right? Where, you'll see a woman, oh, you look good for your age, or you look good for your size. People do it all the time, right? It's really a projection of insecurity, right? It's really a projection of insecurity. But I just wanted to really, really speak on that because I was like, wow, well, like, what did women do to him? Like one person in the chat questioned you about this girl, and you just projected that on onto everybody in the community. As much as women support this man, we need to stop supporting these men. We need to stop buying their music. We need to stop buying into them. We need to stop making them successful, making them rich, right? We need to stop supporting people who think they need to humble us by demeaning us, demeaning our looks, demeaning our age, demeaning who we are, demeaning our accomplishments. We need to stop buying their music, streaming their music, showing up to their concerts. We need to show these people that, oh, since you feel that way, let somebody else do it. Let somebody else do it. That's where you hit people at, when you stop supporting them, right? Really sad, really ashamed. And that really was a shame to me because I'm like, damn, you from Louisiana. I always thought he had like a certain amount of, and then he was even, I don't want no old hoe. He even saying hoe and looking at her and they hugged up. Girl, where is your self respect for yourself? I could never be with no man that's calling me a hoe or a bitch or anything else. Right? We are really in we are really, really in terrible times where we are this is the way men address us. Call us a hoe and we smiling and kissing and being under them thinking that shit funny. Right? All right, so anyway, that's what I wanted to say on old Kevin Gates. So let's switch gears a little bit. Tory Lanez, Star Peterson has now lost his appeal he's lost his appeal. And now the next thing is to file another appeal with a higher court, obviously. But let's go ahead and read into this. And then if y'all have any questions about Tory Lanez, and let me tell you, whether you agree with the appeal or not, your opinion is valued here. So don't think you can't talk about it just because I said, I feel he did it. I feel he's guilty, period, point blank. I still respect if you feel that didn't happen. I respect that. There's no judgment zone here. I always feel like as long as we can respectfully disagree, right? So, Tory Lanez's appeal was just recently denied. Let me go ahead and find it. I'm on the shade room. Tory Lanez loses appeal to overturn 10-year prison sentence in the Meg the Stallion shooting. According to court documents, right? The California Court of Appeal has denied Tory Lanez's request to overturn his felony convictions and 10-year prison sentence in the shooting of Meg the Stallion. The court reviewed Lane's arguments, but ultimately upheld his original decision, meaning Tory will continue to serve his full sentence handed down to him in August. This is of 2023, right? So, how do y'all feel about this? Like, what do y'all think about this? We actually did a reading on this channel, and I can find it and play it for you guys, We talked about him going for this appeal, but ultimately this appeal would not be upheld. We even talked about the pardon may not even be upheld, right? I can find it for you guys. Hold on one second. And I'm always trying to get the tea for y'all. Hold on. Let me get into it. But I actually have a recording, and I think I have found the time frame that I was on, because it says the reading was about the pardon, but I also did a piece about the appeal. So let's go. Let's find it real quick. Hold on. Let me find it. And hold on 1 brief second. And let me go into. Oh, hold on. Let me go into it because I just had it and I was just listening to it because I went back. Because sometimes I even have to go back and be like, what the hell did I say? What was I even talking about? Did I say this? Did I even address this? So I did look into it, and I think I have found it. And I think it was at 20. Hold on. It was to 20 something. But I think I could find it again. Hold on, y'all. All right, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Hold on. That's not the right one. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me your thoughts on the appeal with Meg the Stallion and Tory Lanez and how you feel about it. And agree, again, if you disagree, you could also put that here as well. So let me click down on it because it was at 20 seconds. I think it was at 20 minutes where we talked about the appeal. So let me try to find it because I think I did talk about it, but it was at the 20-minute mark. All right, so let me see. With those people really pushing it, he could have like a chance to be heard. The Queen of Swords is like saying an unbiased judgment, somebody looking at it independently to, how you want to say, to defend his position, to have discernment over the situation. This can represent, again, an independent person, but then it comes up with, after looking at all of the facts and what's happened, it still shows a disappointment and it still shows him being isolated. So it almost makes you feel like people can really like rise for him, support him. Queen of Swords, unbiased judgment. People with open mind, getting more ears into it. Somebody to defend, judgment. Somebody to listen. Queen of Wands, somebody to determine. But when you look at it, this actually shows disappointment, and this shows continue to be isolated. So it almost makes you feel like they could evaluate it or look at it or look at both sides. I think this is fair, and this is what I would say anybody. And so this is what we were talking about in the with the Tory Lane situation. It does, like I said, it looks like they could look at it, but also he continues to be isolated, ultimately rejected, etc., etc. All right, give me a 1 if you feel that they made the right decision, and give me a 2 if you feel that the appeals court did not make the right decision in the Tory Lanez situation. Give me a 1 if you feel that they made the right decision in the Tory Lanez appeal. Give me a 2 if you feel that they did not make the right decision in his appeal. Now, this went up to the this went up to the appeals court. This is another court, a higher court that has made this decision now, right? That rejected this. So give me a 1 if you feel they made the right decision. Thank you to all the people that are voting. And give me a 2 if you feel like they did not make the right decision. I have a playlist on this channel that talks about the entire case, what happened, how it happened, and I can link that in the bio. But ultimately, we did this particular update on Tory Lanez 5 months ago when he first was seeking a pardon, and I had included an appeal in it, in that reading. I'll link that reading in too. So I'll link into this reading. I'll link in the chat that which you just listened to, where we talked about ultimately it could be heard, but it could be, denied and isolated. And then I also talked about the pardon as well. So right here on this channel, we already talked about this, guys. We already talked about this, and this is why I'm playing it back. So I'll do two things. I'll put that last video from 5 months ago. We talked about the pardon and the appeal, and then I'll put in the chat as well if you're interested to look at it. I'll put the playlist in which we have about maybe 30 videos on this whole situation with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. Give me the energy around, like, are they going to try to go to the next level with this case? Because, you know, they're pretty persistent, but are they going to keep going? Tory Lanez, his team, are they going to keep going in this chase with Tory Lanez? Spirit. So they have the Six of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and they do have a message around that they're going to keep going. But let's look at the first few that's here. The Four of Cups is here. That represents, you know what? I do feel like, you know, that represents a disappointment, right? That does show a disappointment. And I do feel like he heard about it before the media heard about it. You know, sometimes your lawyers call you and tell you, you know, we got a word on the appeal. It should be hitting media soon. But, you know, that Four of Cups could represent, you know, him finding out about it. He also has the Six of Swords. For them, this is not over. This is unfinished business. The Six of Swords represents unresolved. This is unresolved for them, and they're saying, no, we don't agree with it. So that means we're not accepting this. As well, they have in their messages the Six of Cups, and that talks about to continue to move forward. So these people are going to continue to move forward in their fight for Tory Lanez. They also have the Nine of Pentacles and also the Six of Pentacles. And then Nine of Pentacles as well. This is a thing for them. This is like they're going to be on it. And his fan base is not accepting it either. Whether they, you know, whether we think that they shouldn't or not, this represents to continue as well. That's like saying people got an obsession with this. I'm not saying people who do support him is obsessed, but people do have, like, they get passionate about it. And even in this Six of Pentacles that you see right here, that does show continuing to file. It's like going to continue to just keep pushing it forward, right? Because the Six of Pentacles represents wanting equality. The Six of Pentacles represents we'll hear more news about it. You know, we'll receive more news about it. So this is not over for Tory Lanez. It feels like he's going to keep going further and further and further with this. But this is a big blow to him. And this is a big blow to his team. And I'm going to be honest with you. The lady who presented in the appeals court, right? The white lady. I feel like that lady did a good job. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I watched it. I feel that lady did a really good job. She did a really good job. She was very convincing in her delivery around Tory Lanez. She did a great job. I was even like, wow, this lady, if she was his lawyer when he was going through this, he might have had a better chance, right? Because she was very convincing. She had a certain genuine energy. She laid things out. She had a reason for everything, right? It's like she really kind of made you feel like made you see it from a different perspective. So I really felt like even when I watched it, I'm like, damn, she's pretty convincing. But she obviously, it wasn't convincing enough. Give me the energy around Meg Thee Stallion's team and what they think and how they feel about it, Spirit. Tory Lanez and his appeal. Knight of Pentacles. Two of Cups. The Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords. And the Page of Swords. And of course, this is like saying she heard about it as well prior to us hearing about it. The Page of Swords could be days, but I mean, this decision just came down. But this talks about she heard about it as well. That Page of Swords information, getting the message. She already knows it's not over for them. She feels they're not going to accept the verdict that Two of Cups is in reverse and Knight of Pentacles. She feels he's going to keep promoting misinformation and harassment. Knight of Pentacles is like, I feel like this person is going to keep bothering me, harassing me. Now, a lot of people might feel like Meg bothering him because she's pulling him in court depositions and she's pulling Milagro into stuff. But at the end of the day, you know what? This is what happens when you get into legal situations. So it looks like Tory Lanez will continue his fight to be heard. He will continue his fight to try to overturn this conviction. And, but this is a big blow for his team. And that's pretty much about it. That's pretty much about it. Kenya said she was shot and won't be able. Let me see what you're saying, because she was shot and won't be able to live her life. She's living her life, right? She's having some success in her career. She found some love with Clay Thompson. She looks very healthy. She looks very beautiful. At the end of the day, she's finding her success. I mean, I saw some people in the comment section, saying, I saw some people in the comment section saying, that she's gonna get her karma. Well, every dog have their day, and everybody gotta, you know, do what they gotta do. But at the end of the day, Meg the Stallion she's still winning. She's still winning. All right, so that is on the Tory Lanez case. He's going to continue to proceed forward. This is a big deal, and I don't feel, like I said in my last video, I do not feel that the governor of California is going to pardon him. So he's really going to have to fight for an appeal, and we can revisit that right here, right now. Give me the energy. We talked about that in the last reading, that he will not get a pardon from Gavin Newsom, but we can ask that again, and I'll just go by whatever the messages say. Give me the energy around Tory Lanez. Will Governor Gavin Newsom, California governor, will he give him a pardon? And this is a no, right? Gavin Newsom, it makes me feel like when you see the Lover's card in reverse, this is just so y'all can see it, right? So y'all can see it up close. The Lover's card in reverse can represent an indecision, a conflict in decision. I'm not going to commit to that. We're not aligning in that. The Lover's card can represent a separation in that. So when you ask, will Governor Newsom approve it? Will you see it on the site? What is that site? That site where they do the petitions? It doesn't show where he's going to have the word approved on it. This means he'll disapprove it. That Lover's card in reverse, to come together. The Lover's card is about us coming together and being a union and working together. Gavin, when you ask that question about Gavin Newsom, he's the Lover's card in reverse with Tory Lanez. That represents we're not partners. I will not align with you. We will not come together with you. That's what that represents. So it looks like, guys, Tory Lanez will truly have to go through the appeal system in order to be heard. He will not be getting, even with 300,000 signatures, he will not be getting an appeal from Governor Gavin Newsom. This is what it looks like in his messages. Nothing set in stone, but that's what they have in these messages. Let's do it one more time. Spirit, give me the energy. Will Governor Gavin Newsom, that man is some handsome, that Gavin Newsom, huh? Give me the energy. Will Governor Gavin Newsom give Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson, let me use his real name, a pardon? Will he pardon him? Give me the energy around, will Gavin Newsom pardon Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson? Yes, isn't he very handsome? Give me the energy around, will Gavin Newsom, and it's a block. So the Ace of Cups, and I'm going to let y'all see it clearly. Hopefully y'all can see him real well. The Ace of Cups represents a block. I'm blocking you, right? That's what that means. It means I don't have the intentions to do it. It could represent, I've heard about the case, I've seen the case, and I feel like there's it doesn't sit right with me, right? The Ace of Cups means a bad intentions, false heart. I'm blocking you, right? That's what it talks about. The Ace of Cups can mean I'm not in alignment with you. I'm not gonna bless you. We're not connected. We're not forming a relationship with you. So even when you ask again, the Ace of Cups, a whole nother card comes up, but the Ace of Cups technically represents to block. So I don't see, again, it's not set in stone. Things change all the time, but I don't see where Governor Gavin Newsom, based on the messages, is giving Tory Lanez or granting Tory Lanez an appeal. All right? So it feels like Tory Lanez is going to again have to do it the old fashioned way of doing appeals, getting it out the mud, fighting for his next step. This is what it looks like to me. And we'll keep up with it as this we'll keep up with it as it goes. We'll keep up with it as it goes and see what happens. So that's on Kevin Gates and Tory Lanez. Let me see. Yes, he's very handsome. Yes, he really is. He really is a very handsome man. All right, so next person, Wendy Williams. Let's switch gears. Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams was retested, and they claim that she does not have the front lobar dementia, right? Uh, so yes, his appeal was denied today. I just played a video just a few minutes ago where we talked about that 5 months ago. We talked about his appeal and his pardon, but we just reconfirmed today that even the pardon may not be an option. So we're switching gears now on Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams just literally redid her. Let's see. Wendy Williams literally redid her evaluation. Let me find it so we can talk about it. They said that Wendy Williams got retested, and they're saying that she does not, and I repeat, she does not have the dementia that they use to classify her as someone who needed a guardianship. So basically, this is from the Neighborhood Talk. Wendy Williams does not have front temporal dementia. New tests cleared her of after 3 years under the guardianship. They said Wendy Williams is finally getting justice. According to TMZ, a top neurologist confirmed Wendy does not have front temporal, I know I'm not saying it right, dementia, the condition that kept her under a strict guardianship for more than 3 years. Sources told TMZ that Wendy Williams recently took a series of neurological tests in New York City, and the results were clear. She does not have dementia. Her legal team got the results late last month and now is preparing to take action. The news goes against what the Guardian once claimed when she said that she tested positive for the illness. Experts told TMZ that the dementia never gets better. Yet Wendy continues to improve, showing strength and recovery since getting sober 3 years ago. Her lawyer plans to file legal documents within the next 2 weeks to asking the court to end the guardianship. The judge refuses. If the judge refuses, attorney Joe Taco Pena is ready to demand a jury trial. Now I saw like not that long ago that they already said that they're not letting her off of this guardianship. So I just read that they're not, even though she got this new series of tests, this is not over yet. Give me the energy around Wendy Williams and this new test. Will this really help her get from under this guardianship? Will the judge decide, or will they really have to go to trial? Give me the energy around Wendy Williams. I still feel like there's a cognitive issue. Give me a 1 if you feel that there's some type of issue. Give me a 2 if you don't feel that way. Maybe it's not dementia. Maybe it's something else. But there's definitely, in my opinion, there's definitely something happening. Right? Let's not play like we don't see when she's just a deer in headlights and she seems zoned out. Is it the drugs? Is it like a mental health thing? I still see there's something happening. Maybe it's not the exact thing that they diagnosed her with, but I definitely feel like there's something still there. I read the comments all the time. I literally go through the comment section and I see other people saying the same thing. Again, maybe it's not, the front temporal, whatever they're saying, but there's definitely something that is there. Will a judge make a decision for Wendy Williams so So let me see. Unapologetic Mel said she gave it a 2. That's fine. That's totally fine. We respect it. Give me the energy around Wendy Williams and her mental health and her diagnosis spirit. Will this help her get from under her guardianship? Will a judge grant her freedom from the guardianship? A judge by himself without a jury trial. Give me the energy around, will she have to go through like a real trial, like a big deal, a big situation in order to be heard? So the first one represents just a judge making the decision. And the second one represents a jury trial. I feel like it could go either way. You know, when you look at this Queen of Pentacles, that represents a judge can actually look at all the facts, the information, and that's what it shows. Even this represents to take it to court, and this could represent, you know, like maybe, you know how they did Britney Spears, like Britney Spears got released, but maybe we can release some conditions on her. So this does show like a judge can make a decision. Even here, there's something about to celebrate. In the Seven of Cups to look at the options, and then that Six of Cups to restore her back to her normal herself. So I can see where, you know, and this is not immediate, because when you look at that, that's 7 months plus that's 3, that's 8. Well, that's, wait, let me see if that's 7. Yeah, that's 7, 8, 9, 10 months. When you look at this is 16 months. So it's basically saying about a year and some change. This, like, Wendy could see a different situation in her life. She could be celebrating, you know, success in having a favorable decision come her way. This is what it talks about. So I could see where a judge could at some point look at her case, and I could see where it could be favorable. They're all positive. Whether it's the judge, whether it's the jury, it's actually positive. It does show like they still feel that there is something there. That Nine of Wands could say there's still a struggle there. There's still something going on there, right? But it's not enough to keep her in a full conservatorship, right? That's what it shows. So you see how that person has a headband on their head? There's still something there, but it's not enough. So, but in the rest of her messages, this is the court, right? That Hierophant, that's the court making a decision, looking at all the facts. That's, you know, another message around, like looking at all the information, making a decision, right? That could be to restore her to herself, to give her more access. Celebratory energy to celebrate the success, something favorable, a favorable decision. After looking at all the information, the Seven of Cups, like looking at the option, the purpose, like what we're going to do. This represents the person may still have challenges, but is it enough to put her in a guardianship? They got people around here way worse than Wendy Williams. Like, let's be for real. They got people around here way worse condition than Wendy Williams, and they're not in anybody's conservatorship. Way worse. Talking to themselves on the street, getting into all kind of shit every day, police being called all the time. Like, they have people in way worse conditions than Wendy that's not in the conservatorship. So I feel like it's too stringent. I feel like there is something happening, but I feel like they could do better in releasing some of the constraints that's on her. You know what I mean? Like, way worse. I mean, go on Canal Street and you'll see crazy people, unstable people, mentally unstable people right there on Canal Street. You know? Walking around, being violent, being unhinged, being erratic. She's in way better condition than a lot of people. I think it's just too stringent. All right, so that is, I don't care about those people because they don't have the coins. They don't care. That's true. They don't have the coins. You're right. It definitely, when you said that, this came up, the Two of Pentacles, right? That's all about playing games with people, a person's money. Oh, what's that noise? What noise? Y'all hear a noise? I'm in my office. There's nothing here. The fan. Okay, let me turn it off. And that's I also have the heater on and my fan. My fan's off. Okay, y'all still hear it? I turned the fan off and I turned the heater off. What's the noise sounding like? I don't hear it. What's the noise sounding like? You miss Wendy? I could take her or leave her, child. I'm not gonna be. I always liked Wendy Williams, but Wendy Williams was always just, to me, she was just like Tasha King, negative, messy, always in a lot of confusion. You know, I just always felt like she just was not good, like a low purring. A low purring sound? It's low? Is something in the room with me purring? What the heck? Be quiet, whatever it is. Be quiet. We don't want to hear it. Something must be in the room with me because I don't hear a damn thing. It was the fan. I had the fan on earlier. Then I had my heater on right here. It's low, a purring sound? Laugh out loud. Be quiet. Yes, like a purring sound. Well, who's purring in here? Something's purring. Let me get the blessing spray. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, get away from me. Something's purring in here? I don't hear a damn thing. I was on the phone with Tila, what that was, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I kept hearing something in her, on her side, knocking, and she couldn't hear it. And now I'm experiencing it where something sounds like it's purring, but I can't hear it. More like a vibration. I do hear like a vibration, like in the, is this AC? Like a who? Sound like a matching or a fan. Not like an animal purring, laugh out loud. It's not, it's okay, not too distracting. It sound like something, something spinning. Yeah, it was the AC. It was the AC. Hold on. I can hear it. It's like real, real low. But it's like the fan, the AC. It's like a... I can hear it. You know how you have your fan or your AC on in the house? You can hear like... It's the AC. I can go turn the AC off. Maybe y'all won't hear it again. Like something spinning? Okay. Well, the only thing that I hear that's making that... is the AC. But I hear it. Damn, y'all picking that up. You know what it could be? It could be my computer too. Hold on. It could be my computer because my computer is right here. It's not bad though. Hold on one second. It could be my computer. Because my computer do need making that loud noise. Let me turn the computer off right quick. And then y'all tell me if y'all still hear it. Okay. I turn my computer off. Because sometimes my computer be doing that little... The computer is my mom's computer. It's gone. It was my computer. That computer is my mom's computer that I refuse to get rid of. And it's like real. It's right next to me right here. But it's like a... So it just stopped. Y'all hear it? Computer has a fan. That was the... Okay, it's gone. So it was the computer. Y'all about to have me run out the room, y'all. Like, wait a minute. Somebody purring. Bitch, what? Okay. This reading is over. I need to go and run and get a damn spiritual stick and run around the house purring. The hell? Just reading about to be over. Damn, I didn't realize y'all could hear that. Isn't that interesting? I mean, y'all picking that up real good. Baby, we about to get the sage. We about to get the spiritual bowl. We about to get all the oils. I got this evil be gone oil right here. See? Evil be gone oil. I'm about to get the oils. Baby, we about to make it out of here. We about to get off the live stream. Protection from evil. Oil. Let me see. These oils came from Art of the Root. They have a big sale going on right now if you're interested. Let's see. I'm gonna get all the new ones out. And then I think I got this one. Okay. These oils are all from the Art of the Root, and they're on sale. Spellbound. All right. We have Fiery Wall of Protection. We have, oh, this is not my brand. I just love this brand. Money Drawing Oil. We have, oh, that's the second Fiery Wall. This is Manifestation Oil. We have the Evil Eye Oil. I have the Abundance Oil. I have the, oh, we did the Protection from Evil Oil already. And then we have the Court Case Oil. These are not my oils. I just love this brand. And I always tell people to get these. Right now they have buy one, get one free. So I actually got 8 of them for like $47. So 8 of these oils, they're normally like $9 a piece. But I got 8 of these for $47. So if you're looking for some really good oils, you don't know what oils to begin with, you don't know where to start, I love this brand. And it's called Art of the Root. And they have a big sale. The oil sale is still going on right now. This is an old bottle that I filled up with some other oil, but this is actually on sale right now. But you can go online, good price, right? 8 bottles for $47. And I just collect a bunch of oils. And then here, let me see. Oh, hold on. Yeah, y'all had me scared for a minute. I'm like, baby, what's happening? And then what I do is, this is a conjure oil. You see that? And I usually kind of like take some oils and I fill it up. But this is a big one. It's called the conjure oil. And I use this. This one's the one I use all the time. I use this one all the time. But if you're looking for a really good sale on oils and you don't know what oils to use, and they have so many brands out there, you can start with Art of the Root and see if you like them. I do love this brand, and it's not really a plug because I'm not getting paid for it. I don't work for the company, but it's definitely a brand that I will plug even if I did or didn't. It's definitely a great company. All right, so yeah, y'all distracted me with that fan stuff. I'm like, baby, we gotta go or something here. All right, so anyway, so it feels like Whitney Williams. At some point in the next 1 to 13 months, we may hear some progress on her. Her health is still not great. She has the hangman just now that just came up, and that still represents for her that her health may still have some trouble with her health. That means problem with her legs. That can mean problems with having to have some care. Still be in some sort of recovery. She still she's still at risk of having drug or alcohol problems and still some mental health issues. So I don't feel that she is completely out the woods yet. And I don't feel but we made that mistake with Britney Spears. Let her free. And look at her. She's all online being a knucklehead on planes, having episodes, doing all kind of weird stuff. But as long as she's not really harming nobody, maybe that's okay. Like I said, it got a lot of people doing weird stuff out here and nobody's worrying about it. So that's on old Wendy Williams. How does she feel about this new diagnosis? She is the 9 of Pentacles when you ask that question, and that means she's happy about it, right? And that means she feels that's a one step forward for her. That means she feels like, you know what, I can see like there's a rainbow at the end, right? And that's what that means at Nine of Pentacles. People have discernment over what's happening with me. I have a new battery of tests. And I do feel like that lawyer that's working for her, I feel like he's going to do a good job fighting for her. So it's good that she does have that lawyer, because he does have the message around being a bulldog, being very helpful to her. So it was good that she did get the lawyer and she did meet that lawyer, because with that Hierophant, he's going to work for her. He's going to try to put it all together for her. He's going to make it, he's going to put it together for her so much where we're going to be viewing this case very differently. He's going to be debunking a lot of the stuff that they said was happening with Wendy Williams. So good for her. Good luck to her. I still feel there's some challenges there, but do I feel that the restrictions need to be as harsh as they are? No. We're seeing her at fashion shows, eating with her niece, going to dinner, looking fabulous. She doesn't need those strict. I still feel she needs some care, but those restrictions need to come up. They need to lift up off those restrictions for Wendy Williams. Pure point blank. Give me a one if you feel that they can lift some of those restrictions. Give me a two if you feel like the restrictions need to be gone. Wait, give me a one if they just. Oh, let me rephrase it. Give me a one if they need to lift some of the restrictions. Give me a two if it needs to be gone, and that it just needs to be gone. Just get rid of it. Just leave her alone, right? Give me a one if you feel like some of the restrictions should be lifted, or a two if you feel like it just needs to be gone. Let the lady alone. Let her have her money. Let her be crazy if she wants to be crazy. Let her buck her eyes. Let her do whatever she's doing. Tell me if what y'all feel. A lot of people feel like she needed to just get her money. Okay. Modified. Amy said modified. Geraldine said modified. But everybody else is saying. And Lone Wolf says modified. Everybody else is saying she needs some. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like it needs to be modified with maybe not a conservatorship, but still some care, right? Still some care. All right. So anyway, y'all, because she was in bad shape. Let's not forget. She was in bad shape at one point. She really was. It's her life. She worked hard for it. Period, Lanez. I don't care. We blow our little money. Let her blow hers if she does. They didn't make it. Period. When she was on her own, she was drugged out. That's true. Let's not forget that. She was drugged out. She was in a rehab. She was out of her mind. She was literally falling out on the stage. She didn't know what was going on. So I do feel that maybe she still could have some care. Maybe somebody helping her. Maybe a modification. That's my opinion. Tila's completely right. Completely right. We don't want to see Whitney Williams go get set completely free and then she's done. She's dead, because she was on the verge. We were scared. I know all of us. We were scared that she was basically gonna one day we were gonna just look up and it would be saying Whitney Williams passed on. So I do feel like with the modification, it has saved her life, because she was in real bad shape. She was in real bad shape. Let's not overlook that. Let's not halo the fact that is a fact. Tila is right. Well, let's see. And she wants a podcast talking in circles. Like, wait, Lucy said, and if she wants a podcast talking in circles, let her. I'm going to tune in. Okay, girl. Okay. I love a good train wreck. Yo. All right. So, yeah, I might tune into it and get a good look. Wendy was scared, too. Remember when Whitney died, Wendy cried on air saying it could have been her. Well, she dragged Whitney Houston and made Whitney Houston feel less than a human. I don't know. Her ex-husband messed her up mentally. Yes, save her life, not steal for her money. That's right. I was scared for her. I was scared for her too. I'm going to be honest with you. I was scared for her too. So Wendy Williams looks like in the next 1.5 months, she has some chance, some semblance of hope of having, some freedom. I never forgot I was watching that Halloween special episode with my mom, and I was like in high school, And Wendy Williams dropped and said, "Oh Lord, not like this." That was scary. Remember when she was like, and she kind of fell? That's what Tila was talking about, right? That's what we're talking about. Where, then she ended up being rehabbed and she seemed like she was just out of it. We would see her with her wig lopsided, looking all out of it. Just, she was in bad shape. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so that is on Wendy Williams. That's on Wendy Williams in her case. So far we've talked about Kevin Gates with his raggedy, dried up, dusty, rusty ass. We talked about Tory Lanez and his case being his appeal being denied. Now we finished this on Wendy Williams. Let's talk a little bit about old Diddy. Diddy. They say Diddy's in jail, bragging about getting an appeal or a pardon. Then they said Diddy was in jail drinking. Was Diddy really caught with contraband, Spirit? Or is somebody making this up? Was Diddy really caught with contraband? Because if he was really caught with contraband, we would know it. It would be listed. He would be going to court for it. Was he really caught with contraband? Give me the energy around Diddy. I find it strange that his team would deny it, knowing that it would come out eventually. Was Diddy really caught with contraband? He has the Eight of Pentacles here, and it does show something that he was doing that he had no business. It does show that something where eventually it could come out and they could say he has more restrictions on him. More imprisonment. You know how Blueface was caught with contraband and Blueface got more on him? It does show something, y'all. So I don't feel like them people just making it up. Even that Eight of Cups, that talks about, in that Eight of Cups, that could talk about something that happened. I don't feel like they just made that up totally. Even in his Seven of Pentacles, that talks about to come clean, to try to spin the narrative, the approach, to rethink it. So it does show like something could have been going on with him. He could have been caught with some sort of contraband. Because when you see that Eight of Pentacles, that is another restriction being placed on him, right? And it could come out. So I don't know why they're trying to say it just didn't happen. It never happened. It never happened. Nobody made this up on him. There's something about it here, right? Now he's in a drug and alcohol program. People don't get over drugs and alcohol overnight. People need to go through things. But sir, sit your little weirdo ass down before you end up doing 10 years instead of 3. Okay? What are you over there doing? Getting comfortable? Getting comfortable? We already talked about Trump will eventually give him a pardon, or there's a pardon there. But he does have the Hermit, and this does represent to get some type of like restriction on him, to be placed in isolation. This is like isolation. Like something happened. They're not just making this up. Something happened with him in that situation that there feels like some sort of restriction was placed on him. This represents to be in isolation, to be in trouble. Something happened. Blueface looks really bad. Yes. Diddy just a screw up. Once again, he put himself ahead of his kids and called his so-called mess. No, Blue Nola. Okay, gotcha. But it does show like something happened. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles could be like indulging in something in reverse. So when you see that King of Pentacles in reverse, it represents he's indulging. He's indulging in something. Sir, sit your ass down before you be in more trouble. Sit down. So I don't feel like these people made nothing up on him. I feel like there's some truth to what was said. Okay? Period, point blank. Yeah, Blueface, he does look terrible. But look what he just did, Krishan. Let's segue into that one real quick. So Blueface got out of jail, and he lured Krishan back in. Right? Got her booty for 72 hours, took the last bit of money she had, and then they broke up. Pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what happened, right? Then she ran with the baby back to Baltimore, and now she's back online posting 100 prayers and 100 hymns and giving her life to Christ once again. Right? Krishan, when will you learn? Krishan, when will you learn? Now, trust me, I believe he wanted to see her. I believe he wanted to be with her because you got to remember, men are like this. Men are mental. Like men are like they're the type of people who will, if they have, and I hate to be graphic, if they have a nut they want to give you, they're gonna want to give that nut to you. So I feel like that's what he wanted to do, right? But he did all, he lured you in, he got the content, he did this, he did that, and they're all in cahoots together. Even though I do feel like at some point he does like try to fight against it, I feel like they were in cahoots together. And then once she realized that she was in the lion's den, she ran with the baby back to Baltimore. She ran with the baby back to Baltimore. Ma'am, I need you to wise up. I need you to stop letting people use you, right? And I need you to stop trying to be used, right? My problem with Krishan is that she'll get into these situations and then she want to start the Bible, the Lord, Jesus said, all this stuff. She becomes religious and a born again Christian once a month, once a year. Once a month, once a year. And I've always supported Krishan and I've always, wanted to see her win. But girl, come on. It becomes, and it does hurt your brand. It hurts your brand. It hurts your credibility because it's like for 11 months you're running around being wild and doing whatever you're doing. And then the minute you feel like you get into trouble, something happening, now you're back to the Jesus and the Christ and the Lord and all this stuff. Stop it. Just go live your life and do what you're doing, right? So she said that my sister was telling me about this today. She said that she just bought some land. She's gonna build a compound on it. She's getting married and she's starting a TV network. Ma'am, you was just asking Lemmy for your money the other day. How is it that you're buying land to build a compound to start a network? I'm just so confused when you just didn't have your money 3 days ago. The truth ain't in her. The truth ain't even in her. What is going on, Krishan? That again, run into that church stuff when you're in trouble. That affects your credibility. And now you're making up these stories about buying land and building a network and buying and building a compound. That just make you sound like you're just unhinged. Like, please stop the nonsense. Just go live your life. Go take care of your child. Go take care of yourself. You know what? The best revenge is just to be successful. The best revenge is to live well, right? To do well, to be well. And if you're going to be about church, go be about church. Go do it, right? But it's like, how 3 days ago you was just asking Lemmy for your money, but you did all this in 3 days. In 3 days you done did all of this. Stop the lies. Cut the shit. You know what I'm saying? Cut the goddamn shit. What are you talking about here? Right? Sounding like you just making shit up. You know? Did Krishan call Steve Wilkos? She got online and said, I did not call you, sir. Did she call Steve Wilkos? Did Krishan call Steve Wilkos? Give me the energy. She didn't call Steve Wilkos. Somebody else did. So the Hierophant represents some other person did it. The Hierophant is in reverse is some behind the scene. These are like cult people. These are like cult followers or haters or people who, this is somebody acting inappropriately who did this. She didn't do it. So the Hierophant represents somebody, a part of the group that maybe it's the group of people that don't like Krishan. They did it. See, it's in reverse. Right? So whether it's the hate pages or maybe somebody in her family who doesn't like her, she said they all sound alike, but this represents somebody had bad intentions, right? She didn't do it, but they did it. And it was regarding the baby. So let's put it here again. The sun card here, which is the baby, her son, and this somebody else did it. So she didn't do it herself. Somebody else did. All right. So she is telling the truth on that. Give me the energy around. Did Krishan buy a piece of land? Hi, how are you? Are you off from work? Did she buy a piece of land? That is a no. There is no land. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Buying land. Even if you ask, is she going to buy land? The Two of Pentacles is the 2 years. That means even in 1 to 24 months, her buying land is kind of a slim chance right now, right? Queen of Wands in reverse too. That means she's in an economical change. There's an economical shift. The Two of Pentacles represents having some economical obstacles. I don't see her buying no land, right? I don't see her buying no land right now with the message of economical obstacles. So I don't see it, right? So you didn't buy land to build a compound on it, right? Is she going to get engaged to this 20-year-old guy? Give me energy around Krishan. Is she like gonna marry him? Let me just say, anybody can get engaged, or is she actually getting married to this 20-year-old, like a legal marriage? The Justice card is coming up in reverse. That is giving me like a no, right? For now, this is giving me a no. That means don't let that little 20-year-old tell you he gonna do it. Because he could tell you that and then turn around and run for the hills and go back in his room and start playing the PlayStation. Okay? So don't let him tell you he's gonna do it. Because in that Justice card, that means that something can change. Okay? Something can change. Get the like up on this video. Thank you, Geraldine. Please hit the like button. I caught the live while I'm doing my hair, period. All right. So what's up, Lena, girl? You just got married. Lena is one of my customers, my clients that I did. We've been reading together for years. We talked about her meeting, having her relationship and eventually getting married. And she actually just got married like a couple of months ago. So let's say congratulations to Lena, one of my clients, where we talked about her relationship, her eventually taking the next steps, eventually getting married, and she got married. But back to Krishan. This is maybe to me, this is like saying to get married to this young guy, this doesn't feel too good. This doesn't feel too good to me. Okay? So I don't see her getting married to no young guy. This young guy. Congratulations, yes. She just got married, y'all. She did two ceremonies. One from her culture and one in a traditional ceremony. All right, so she didn't call Steve Wilkos. Somebody else did it. I don't see where she's gonna actually get married, but again, nothing set in stone. I don't see where she bought any land. I don't see where she purchased land. She has the message of financial obstacles. Will Krishan get in a peaceful place? Will she get in a place where she's finally at peace and just, even if it's just for a few months, will she get into a peaceful place? Yeah, congratulations, my girl. She has the Page of Wands. And I do like that because that Page of Wands can represent good news coming her way. Finally getting in a place where she's like, okay, I'm going to focus on myself. How long will that last? It will be challenges along the way. So you might see her still struggle along the way. But I do like the fact that there is some messages here around her trying, right? Then 7 months later, she's back to having like no purpose, back to floating, back to drifting again. So it does show her making an effort to try to get on in alignment. But then back here in her Seven of Cups in reverse, this can represent back out of alignment. Let's see. She's been acting a fool since Blueface been all up on Hazel E. What's this? T-Hunch 80 said that. I would be worried about Hazel E and nobody else. All that shit is a big publicity stunt. Hazel is a publicity stunt. All them other girls is all that stuff is one. Let me tell you something. Blueface was sitting in jail watching Krishan have 4 different boyfriends, sucking somebody's toes online, right? Booty all up on somebody's penis. I'm just saying, like hearing all kind of stuff. You don't think this man was gonna come out of jail and go have some fun? We said it in the last reading that I did for them. They're gonna have problems with behind other women, right? Like at the end of the day, what do we think was going to happen? A typical dude that's in the street not going to tolerate what she was doing for the time that he was in jail. What you think he was going to do? He going to come out of jail, and the one thing that he is trying to say is, I don't need you or Jaden, right? I can go make another video, have more females in my life, start fresh, start new. I don't need you. That's what he's doing, right? This is what he's trying to establish. He's trying to establish, I don't need none of y'all to go viral. I don't need none of y'all to do a video. I don't need none of y'all to make music. I don't need none of y'all to do nothing, right? I'm Blueface. This is what he's trying to, this is, if you don't see nothing else he's doing, he's basically saying, I don't need y'all. And I think that's okay for him to do that. Because look how, as soon as he went to jail, Jaden dropped him like a hot potato. Krishan, he said Krishan stayed a little bit longer. But I also feel Krishan is justified. Because look at all the times he mistreated her, did this, did that to her. Right? Look at all the stuff that he's done over the years. So she's justified in some of the behavior. But this is what it looks like to me. Blueface having fun. And they're all young. Did Blueface beat her up? That is a good question. Y'all gonna see that Blue and Krishan on Love and Hip Hop one day. Period, Geraldine. Geraldine speaking nothing but the truth. You're gonna see Krishan and Blueface having another cycle and another situation and back together again and just another rotation. Ain't nothing over. I keep saying this. Ain't a damn thing over. Period. Give me the energy. Let me get my other cards real quick. Give me the energy around Blueface. Did he really put his hands on Krishan? Krishan is claiming that he stomped her out. That's the word she used, right? Did he put his hands on Krishan Rock, Blueface? Ooh, ooh, ooh. These cards are real new, y'all. Sorry. Queen of Wands. Did he put his hands on Krishan Rock? Did Blueface physically attack Krishan Rock? He did. He did. So everything is going good, right? The Queen of Wands. We doing good. We having fun. Queen of Wands. We kicking it, right? The Queen of Wands is like saying passion, a little love making, right? I'm sharing some money with you. Everything going good. But right behind it, guess what he has? The Knight of Swords, violence. Unpredictable, violence. And then the Two of Cups, falling out. Imbalance, obstacles, tension, hindrance. So something did happen between them. It's here and here. Carlissa won't talk about everything else but that. The girl said your son put her hands on him. But you want to call the FBI because Krishan basically said he need to go back to jail and go get buried. But he actually put his hands on her. Talk about that, Carlissa. Carlissa, why you calling Hood Bino? My sister said you called Hood Bino. Why you calling Hood Bino? Call your son and tell your son to stop putting his hands on women. How about that? How about doing that? You calling other people getting in their business, which you are stepping out of bounds. But call your son and ask him about putting his hands on Krishan. That's what you do. Because the Knight of Swords, a tiger striking, right? And then you have the Two of Cups, two people getting into a problem. Go call your son about putting his hands on Krishan while you worrying about everything else, Carlissa. While you calling Hood Bino, while you calling all other people, go call Blueface about putting his hands on Krishan because it's right here. It's right here. right? So I don't feel like she made that up. Didn't you say there's something about that they would on the last live? Yep, I did. I said in the last live. Remember if you go to the last live that I did about them, I even had a justice card that popped up. You know, the justice card was like it could get bad to where the police could get involved, where it could turn legal. Remember I even said that. Now she didn't file charges on him. She just mentioned that it happened a couple of times. But I did say that they got a problem coming up and it could be violent and it can be legal. So that's I did say that on the last live. I could go find it if y'all want me to and I can play it here, but it's literally on the last live stream that I did for them. All right, so let's see. That's how fast you predicted that it will be definitely. Let me see. That's how fast. That's why how fast you predicted that you did. I definitely think you did, though. No, I did. I did. She was online crying, shaking my head. Yep, they toxic. They need to stop. The co-parent. That was fast. Wow, he wanted to do that. That was payback against her. Period. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the video where I said it. Hold on, y'all. Because I did say that. Give me a second. We're not in a rush. Y'all in a rush? What y'all in a rush? Because it's only 7 o'clock here. So let me go to the video that I did on them. Let me see if I can look in the transcripts and find it. That's how fast. If you're ever looking for what I said, go to the video and then go to the transcript. The transcript will show you kind of like the transcript will kind of have a written form what I said, right? And I don't know if I had said it towards the beginning or the end, but I definitely said that it looks like they could run into a situation where it could turn legal. So I definitely said that. And I'm going to see if I can find it really quickly. I don't ever see them being in a situation where they just get along. And I don't see where they're in a situation where they're just in love and everything's great. I feel like everything with them, and I kept saying that even in that live stream, I feel like everything with them is short lived. I feel like they can't get along to save their life. You know, even if it's for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, I don't ever feel like they're in a place where where they'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I remember saying something about the justice card and something about it being a legal situation it could turn into something legal if they keep going. Um so I remember saying that and I would have to go and find it, but it's in here. It's literally in here. I'd have to see exactly because I be talking about so much. I would have to exactly see where it was, but it's actually in here. It's in here. All right, so that's on Blueface and Krishan, and I do feel like something happened between them where he did put his hands on her. But why Carlissa? It's like I've never like I have 2 kids. I don't like I can't ever see myself being on social media, being so invested in my children like this. It's insane to me. It's really insane. But I mean, when you don't have a life and your life and your content is them and that's your big claim to fame is to talk about your son and all his drama just to get a coin, unfortunately, you know, I mean that's how she makes her money. All right, so let's get back into the reading. So that's on Krishan Blueface. But Krishan, please just focus on yourself. Focus on your baby. Focus on getting yourself in a good position. People don't. You don't need to clarify anything for anybody. You don't have to get online to say anything to anybody. You don't have to do that. They don't need it, and they don't deserve it, and they don't care, because at the core of it, people are gonna make up what they want to make up anyway. No matter how much you justify it, clarify it, people are gonna still believe what they want to believe. Blueface is saying Junior is his son and this is my child, and they still saying it's not his, right? No matter how much you clarify anything, you can get online and take a paternity test in a facility. Sit there when that paternity test could be generated, and they're going to still say it's not his. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't have to justify anything to anybody. Just focus on yourself. I do not like his mom. She's horrible. Carlissa still wants fame she never had, so she has to go through her kids. Carlissa is weird. Yeah, it's like she's using her son and his situation in order to make money, career, have a channel, do Patreon. It's really kind of sad though. It's really sad that you have a mother who would exploit their children in order to just make $1. It's really sad. All right, so that is on Blueface Krishan, right? That whole situation. That's on that. Steve Wilkos. Even I mentioned Carlissa. I had her written down. And I think that was it. Okay, so last but not least, Mr. Donald Trump, President Trump, sir, could you please come to the front of the congregation today? They released several emails where Epstein talked about Trump being involved in relationships with victims. Trump was scrambling online saying it was a hoax. Give me the energy around this Trump. Is Trump complicit? Is he involved in any of this stuff? Why is he running scared so much? Because to me, if you don't have nothing to do with nothing, why are you trying to stop everything? Why are you over here screaming and hollering? Because, baby, if I had nothing to do with none of y'all had no proof on me, I ain't got nothing to say. Do what you do. Give me the energy around Trump. Is he complicit? Is he involved in any of this Epstein stuff? Like, did he actually, and this is for entertainment purposes only, but did he has the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, you can look directly on this card. If anybody wants to buy this deck, this represents affairs, an affair, third-party energy. This literally represents affair, third-party energy, and people gossiping about it. Literally, this is what this represents, right? Give me the energy around Trump. Again, he's going to experience a tower moment. This means a downfall. This means fear. So right now, what we're seeing him do is react and be in fear and be concerned because he doesn't know all that's being written, right? This guy was taking notes and writing emails, but affairs, third-party energy, three's a crowd. This is what this represents, which is going to create a tower moment. But my problem with Trump is this. My problem with the world is this. We treat Trump like we treat Cardi B. Could talk crazy, call people roaches, do this, that, and the third, and then we be outraged for 5 minutes, and then we back acting like nothing happened. Like he just our crazy grandpa that's just acting crazy, right? Will there be any consequences for Trump today? Stress, but maintaining, defending, right? They're not going to do anything. They're going to keep it moving and defend it. So when you look at all of this, this means they have 23,000 emails. And while we going through all of this, yes, he will be experiencing a tower moment. But at the end of it, is anything really going to be done? This don't look like it to me. This don't look like it to me. Because even when you see that Two of Cups, that means people going to still be listening to him, working with him, deflecting like the other person said, right? Even though we're going to see third-party energy, having a tower moment, right, is going to create a problem for them. But people's outrage is very limited. They get outraged for a few minutes, and then they back. And then they see something else, and they outrage again, and then they stop. That's how it feels, right? And the people that support him are going to keep supporting him. He's going to keep maintaining forward. And then even with that Five of Swords, that means he's going to avoid some conflict. He's going to avoid judgment while he's a president. Judgment meaning like real judgment, like the law, like really being brought down. Right now, he's a president having immunity. Ain't much going to be done to him. He in a perfect position right now, right? Yeah, will that be a struggle for him? Yes, that represents obstacles, crossroads, not liking it, right? Feeling fatigued. And then he has a hangman, feeling like somebody's, and they're going to keep going with it, right? This means we're going to keep going. But all of that means nothing while he's the president. We're going to hear it, we're going to see it, and nothing's going to happen to this man. Because right now, he has immunity. He's the president of the United States. He is not going to nobody jail and doing. They could impeach him and everything, and the damn thing really gonna happen to Trump. He gonna still be messing with your benefits. He gonna be still destroying the country. He gonna be still doing all the shit he doing. So what does it matter? And by the time he get out of office, he gonna be old as dust to do anything with. Deflection said, that's crazy. I wonder what the other countries that deal with him feel about us. We unstable, unhinged. We got a leader that's a dictator and being. But you got to remember, some of them other countries, they run their countries like dictatorships. Like what other countries other than like some countries that are similar to the United States? A lot of these countries, they run their countries as a dictatorship. So some of these people are not going to see the wrong in Trump. Y'all talking about Russia and all these different places. Some of these people run their countries like a dictatorship. They don't value human life. What I says goes. So we're looking at other countries talking about, are they going to feel like, you may have a few countries that feel that way, but for the most part, a lot of these foreign countries, these people, they're run with dictatorship policies. Putin and all them people, they're going to keep working with Trump, keep dealing with Trump, act like nothing happened. Acting like nothing happened. So, if you depending on all that, ain't not like these people are blind zombies. They zombies, All right, so that's on old Donald Trump. More to come, but I don't see where he's going to be held accountable for none of this. Last but not least, I want to just mention this about David and Celeste, that case that we talked about some months ago about the young woman who was found in a Tesla. There's a lawyer who said that he feels kind of what I was saying, that something's going to happen, but maybe not the direct. So let me play what he said the other day. There's a lawyer who was talking about it, and I feel like he was pretty good. He was being very clear about it. Because he was talking about the David and the Celeste case. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that attorney. Because he does cover. So if you ever, I'm going to tell you his name. And you already maybe follow him. Law Ronan. His name is Bradford Cohen. He is Kodak Black's attorney. And he was talking about the David and the Celeste case. So it's called Law Ronan. Ronin. And his actual name is Bradford Cohen. All right. And he just was talking about the Celeste. Let me see. He was just talking about the Celeste case. Okay, so this is it right here. So let me start at the beginning. Okay.
Talk about the artist David, or D4VD David. Anyways, a body of his girlfriend was found in his car in the front trunk of a Tesla several months ago. They were doing a homicide investigation, and they have recently repeated that they will not be charging any homicide charges for this death. And that was my guess from the jump, was that it was possibly an OD. And I read into this, no homicide charges. I think there's going to be some charges. I don't think that it's going to be homicide. I think what happened was there was an OD, someone freaked out and tried to dispose of the body because they didn't want to have an OD in their house or their car. And I think that will more than likely be the charges that will be filed, something along the lines of a disposal case. But let's see how it goes.
All
All right, let's talk about the artist.
So I don't know how y'all feel about that. He still feels like some charges.
Disposal case. Hold on, let's see how it goes.
He still feels like some.
All right, let's talk about the artist.
Let me turn this down. He feels like some charges will happen, but maybe not like a homicide charge, but maybe like a disposal charge would happen to the young lady being tied to it, right? So this is what he's thinking. I still feel like something's coming down the pipeline, and I kind of agree with him. Maybe not homicide, but still they're attaching someone to this case to bring some charges for it. How do y'all feel about it? Let's see. That's awful. What happened to this girl? She deserves that girl. He deserves life for that. People said she was cut into pieces, but if that was true, they wouldn't say yeah. Like I don't feel she was cut into pieces, right? But he's on Instagram. You can follow him. He does touch the case every now and then. He is a lawyer, an actual lawyer. I believe he's in California. But he did say he feels like some charges may come, but maybe just not the homicide charges. So I 100% agree with him. I feel like something's going to come of it, but maybe not that. How much longer is it going to be for justice for her? Give me the energy around Celeste. How much longer will it be before they finally start putting this into action, making a move forward? So there's a message around communication coming, something being communicated, right? Some action being taken. Give me the energy around how long will it be. You have it's still being investigated. This hermit represents to look into it for insight, to God for guidance. And you have the Nine of Cups. That to me is giving still months. It's too long, right? Eight of Cups, Nine of Swords, and then a Nine of Page of Wands. Ultimately, this Nine of Swords talks about again, this to me feels like something is going to bubble up. But this Nine of Wands could be like, we'll hear something like in the next couple of months. This is Page of Wands is like 11 weeks. Okay? 11 weeks. This is technically less than 9 months. So 11 weeks up to 9 months. Hopefully, and this talks about between now and then all together where something can happen. But this is giving 11 weeks. All right? So it feels like they're still looking into it. Everything's still, nothing has been set in stone yet. How much longer? Yeah, I heard that he was found apart from the torso. Wow. I feel like they're taking their time on the investigation for real. Yep. So when you look at that hermit is, we're still looking into it. We're still taking our time on it. I do feel like he said, I feel like something's going to come of it. Maybe not a homicide charge, but something where they're still attaching him to the situation and what happened to her, etc., etc. All right? All right, I'm out of here. This is almost 7:25. Thank you for coming through. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Oh, this is on Kevin Gates, Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, Diddy. We did Krishan Rock. We did Trump, and we did David and Celeste. Right? That's pretty much what we did today. And thank you so much for coming through. It's been a few days, but I didn't want to be gone too long because I know how I can get. Once I start getting busy, I just get missing. So thank you so much. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, if you want to book with me, you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com. I got some really affordable prices on the website. So if you're looking for something very affordable where you're not putting a hole in that pocket, especially with the world that the way it is, things are super high, the prices are going up. You can definitely look on my website, and I have some affordable prices. I came in late going to run it back. Period. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Nola. This live was so good. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I enjoyed this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Lone Wolf. Thank you, everybody. All right. Y'all have a great night. Take care. Stay blessed. Don't forget again to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Put your feedback in the chat on any of these topics. Don't forget again, you can book with me at BlueNolaTarot.com, BlueNolaTarot.com. And if we have more people to talk about, I'm going to come back. I just didn't feel like we had a whole lot to talk about. So I compiled a list of people today, and I felt like, yeah, this is a good list. Good night, y'all. Good night. Take care. Stay blessed. Encourage and empower. I'm out of here.